Welcome everybody to Los Angeles. Bonnie Bernstein alongside former Florida State cornerback Bryant McFadden. Bryant, can you put me in the mindset of an athlete, knowing from a mental perspective that every single week that team had the bullseye on your back?
Yeah, for us, starting the season off as a Super Bowl winners, it was very, very difficult. But I can date back to my rookie year before we actually reached that accomplishment. We played against New England Patriots, and during that season, New England had just defeated Philadelphia Eagles for the Super Bowl. And that week of, as a rookie, I didn't understand how significant that week was, but the veterans kept talking about embrace the opportunity, seize the moment, because this was a great opportunity for us to shock the world, to put a bullseye on our chest, being the team that knocked off New England Patriots. And like my idol says all the time, Ric Flair, to be the man, you must beat the man. And that's something that we actually felt. Unfortunately, we lost, but that week of preparation, everything was more precise. Everything was almost near perfect. The week of preparation, the practice, the reps, the covering standpoint, the tackling, being gap sound. So whenever you get an opportunity that comes very, very few, you want to take advantage of it, and that's what comes when you win titles.
I don't think we've ever had a Ric Flair reference on Campus Insiders,
but
there's
Rick.
a first time for everything. You're a defensive guy. Give me a defensive key for the Noles going against the Ducks.
Well, first and foremost, being gap sound and playing with consistent containment. Marcus Mariota, he didn't win the Heisman by accident. He deserved it. He earned every bit of it. This guy is one of the talented quarterbacks that I've seen in quite some time, and he has a lot of success when he's able to move around the pocket, get outside of the pocket. And when you force him to see pressure up the middle, that forces him to make more difficult passes outside of the hash mark, because he's very, very accurate when it comes to throwing the passes down the middle of the football field, like most collegiate quarterbacks, but make him make professional throws. That is very, very difficult to do. I think he could do it, but I don't think he's as comfortable as doing it when it comes to throwing the football down the middle of the football field.
As prolific of a run team as Oregon is, how huge will it be to have Eddie Goldman, Lawrence Niles-Stample healthy, two of the senior-most defensive tackles on this team?
It's huge. It's huge. Florida State has been hit with the injury bug, especially defensively, especially on the defensive line. You know, you saw all kind of names going up and down the defensive line, but being able to get some of these veteran defenders that you just mentioned is huge, because now you have more bodies. You can rotate. When you're playing against this upbeat offense that Oregon has, it's going to be very, very important to have new bodies that you can trust, that are accountable and understand their assignment. And when I said earlier about being gap sound, these veteran players know what it means to be gap sound. When they have to stick their head in the B gap or the C gap, they're going to stay there. They're not going to stick their head in the wrong gap, because that's when the ball cuts back, and that's something that Oregon lives on.
So much discussion this year about Oregon's offensive line being banged up. Very little discussion about how many defensive players for Florida State were injured.
Yeah.
Getting them healthy will be key as the Noles try to pursue their second straight title. Continuing coverage here at Campus Insiders as we lead up to the Rose Bowl. Be sure to check out CI.com for all of our Rose and Sugar Bowl coverage.